internet little buggers out there who come to see the pub chat and to see what the chat of the pub is going to all be about. And we're going to see what, I don't know. I'm just making this go along, and I'm not doing a very good job. I didn't think of an intro. And so I'm going to cut this short and just go straight to the round table. And Aimee Hogan is going to bring us round the table.
Yes, hello and thank you. Welcome everybody to PubChat. This is going to be so much fun. I'm sure we're going to have all kinds of fun and silly things to talk about. So first up on my round of round tables, I'm going to start with Claire S. Bear. Claire, how are you this evening?
I'm doing well. I'm awake now. The storm is gone, and that's good. So it's good.
Phew, good. Excellent. That's always good news. Thank you. Thank you so much. And then next up, we have Commander 401. Commander, how are you this evening?
I'm doing excellent tonight, loaded with piss and vinegar, and I'm ready to shoot the shit out the backside at 100 miles an hour and break some bar stools with these flippers. Did you know emperor penguins can break human shins with their flippers?
Interesting. It's a cool little factoid. See, if you learn something every day, it's not a wasted day. So there, thank you so much. And next up, we have Dick Dawson. Dick, how are you?
I'm actually just shaking it off. Tonight on the Ukraine update show, it wasn't me. That was an AI bot provided by Acme. I actually spent the last 7 days undercover as Donald Trump's personal toilet roll dispenser. And the shit that I've heard is off the fucking charts. I swear to God, I've never seen somebody hold their cell phone to their own ass so that they could totally speak their inner truth like that, man. Donald Trump, I salute you. Well done.
There's no way we can get past the night without talking a little bit about that.
Nope. There's no way. I agree. That is...
Exactly, and that explains Truth Social so much.
Yeah. You know, Aimee, what we should do is we should do a show next week where we audition prisoners to see who truly wants Trump as their prison bitch. But, how are you doing over there, Aimee? What's happening?
I'm doing great. Thank you. I'm just really excited that we've got some good shows coming up this week. And we're going to probably continue on incels on Sunday. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to do part 2. We just got to go over some details and hopefully we can get that done so we can figure things out for this week. So I'm excited about the shows this week. Saturday is a mystery to me, so that should be fun. So I'm looking forward to that too. Thank you very much. And last but not least, we have DKG Custom. DKG, how are you this evening?
Well, hey. Well, I've been away for a few days on holiday. Come back burnt as a crisp. Everything is just like falling off me now. I'm absolutely knackered. I haven't, because I've been working from home for so many years now. Just walking up and down the seafront, it's not even fucking far, but just walking backwards and forwards, it's just like killed me. My feet are ready to shit. My ankles, my feet hurt. My chest hurts from my lifting up my wife's wheelchair up and down out the bloody place every fucking day. Just knackered and barely.
Are you the one that's been hiding the People's Front of Judea?
No, the People's Popular Front. Yeah, the People's Popular. No, it's been all right. I haven't watched your incels shows, unfortunately. But it's quite interesting because I didn't know you knew anything about batteries and battery technology. But we should really watch that. I want to find out.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yes, exactly. It could be our next green energy that we've got going on. You never know. So we'll see.
We missed a whole category there. How do we do that?
Hold on, though. I know for a fact from my schooling that if you were to hook a generator up to Validation Boy's jaw when he's talking and doing a live stream, you still couldn't generate enough current to make an LED light up. And this is because he is prevented from actually reaching the masses through the laws of physics. True story.
Plus, the turd thinks the Earth is flat.
and
Yes.
there we go. That you don't think we bring you facts. There you go. Like Dick Dawson brought you science to this show.
Exactly. Exactly.
There's a surprise.
Yes. And another fact is that Validation Boy is a turd muffin.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Validation Boy thinks the reason why he can't find a woman is because the scientists tell everyone the Earth is round, and the turd thinks the Earth is flat.
Mhm.
Is a little for validation.
I love it.
Yes.
Yes, there you go.
Double award.
Oh God! If you
Absolutely.
gave the golden cock to Validation Boy, I sure know where it's been.
It won't be golden when it comes back.
We're not taking it back if he's had it.
Oh shit, we got a super chat. We got a super chat already. Oh, and
Ooh.
I forgot to be. I'm supposed to be highlighting the chat again. I forgot about that.
DK, I just tried to.
Hey, do you want the link? Send me the link and you do the highlight.
No,
chat thing.
I don't want to. You can have right at her, buddy.
No.
May I do the super chat, please?
Absolutely, please do.
Thank you so much. It's Canadian $5 from Jessica Raquel Moreno Chu says, "Hi Andrew, is it true that seems that Mr. Zelensky is jealous of Mr. Valery Zaluzhinsky popularity?" Interesting. That's an interesting question. Thank you so much, Jessica.
Yeah, Starsky had to bail tonight. He couldn't make PubChat. We're hoping next week, but it does get a bit late for him. So
Right.
what we'll do is we'll put that in the queue for next week's show for first.
Absolutely. And then
I was
that way
gonna
we
say-
can ask him again.
I was
Just
going to say,
stick it in
who's
questions.
Andrew? Who's Andrew? Who's he? Where is he?
Yeah. Yes, definitely.
Oh, sorry, Jessica. You're just going to get loads of bollocksy shit here. Sorry.
Yeah. This is just pub chat tonight. So this is sort of like an after show, but yeah. And level 70 is right. Starsky is Andrew. So thank you.
Yeah.
And we'll make sure we
Yeah.
get that question read out for you though. Definitely. So you'll be the first one for next week. Thank you.
So I had a very interesting thing happen. Right before we went live with Starsky Ukraine update show, I had to run across the street to get cigarettes. And I only had about 3-4 minutes, right? So I didn't have long, but the girl says, "Oh, you're not grabbing beers today for the show?" I was like, "No, I have to be more serious on this one, maybe playtime later." "Oh, what are you doing?" "Oh, it's the Ukraine show where we talk about the Russian invasion of Ukraine." And she says, "Well, I'm not really sure where I fall on that because there's so much back and forth information saying one person's bad, the other person's bad. I don't even know where to, where to fall." And I was horrified, right? I mean, I'm like, "Oh my God, it's working on you." Now, I didn't say that because that would not be a nice thing to do, but I gave a real quick rundown, and it was Ukraine was Ukraine. And then Russia decided they were going to do the USSR, the big, United Union, and they swallowed Ukraine. And the Union fell, and the wall fell, and the Iron Curtain became nothing, and Ukraine's on its own. And now Putin decides that Russia's going to do it, except they're going to do it the old-fashioned way with military might and just fucking take it. So, I mean, I had very limited time, but I think I summed it up in a nutshell. She asked me a couple other questions, and I was like, "Well, I actually know people there." And, and within 2 minutes when I left, I had her totally on the side of normal thought. It didn't take long.
Wow. That's insane.
But yeah.
That's insane that you could just come across people like that who have no fucking clue.
It was crazy. And I didn't want to bring it up on the other show because I thought it was a bit more of a comical moment but still deep enough to chat about for somewhere like here, right?
Well, it's funny, but it's not funny.
I know. It's scary as fuck. And this is a chick that I've known in this town for like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years easy. And I'm pretty sure she's got a couple of kids and whatnot. And she's not stupid. Like
Yeah,
but
these people get to vote. What are they like when it comes to choosing who they want to run their country? Well, I don't know. I've not really been following with it. I'll just go for that one because I like the color of tie he's wearing. What?
That's where I was going to take this little address into, DK, is, I don't interact with a lot of people that way in my neighborhood just because honestly, I'm scared they'll tell me because I don't actually care. Like, keep your opinion to yourself and do your thing. And I'll get my milk and I'll pay you and I'll say nice things and I'll make a pleasant joke and I'll leave. But doing it this time, took me back, like, those quotes you see out of like Facebook and so on and so forth of people that are really believing this weird, deep, like Q shit and so on and so forth, right? Maybe there's a few more of them out there than we think. They're just not dumb enough to post it on the internet, but they'll say it if you push.
Right.
Sadly,
Freak me out, man.
I had someone at work who said something nice about Alex Jones. So I told him, "You mean they're turning the frogs gay guy?" And I asked him,
No, you meant
they...
Aled Jones, the singer who did "Walking in the Air." No, lost you on you. Never mind. Carry on, Commander.
And he said he didn't know about the gay frogs for some reason. I played him someone made a remix of him freaking out about the gay frogs. And then I asked him, so why would anyone want to turn the frogs gay? Doesn't matter if there's a chemical that makes the frogs act a certain way. Why would they want to? He had no answer. They don't even know the most outrageous bullshit about the people that they will start to listen to. He admitted that the whole gay frogs thing was just way out there and Jones was a kook and he didn't know Jones was a kook. But I don't know how you can't tell that. But there's a lot of idiots out there.
Commander, could it be that the frogs have just caught on to that whole transsexual dress craze that was in the South Park episode and people are assuming they're gay, but maybe they're not? No, I'm just kidding. I'm making a joke.
Well, no,
I know. The frogs could be
it.
just metrosexuals. They could be perfectly straight and they couldn't tell.
I could explain it all. They were just trying to figure out the technology so that you can use that technology in Jurassic Park to stop the dinosaurs from breeding. No, okay.
But Jurassic Park ain't real.
Shh! Don't say that.
We try to pretend Alex Jones isn't either.
He's a real piece of shit.
There you go.
Hey, that ain't, yeah. And that ain't holding back even, that's just casual conversation. DK, did you have anything that you wanted to drag us into, willingly or unwillingly?
Well, yeah. Oh, well, well, yeah. Mr. Trump, the Trumpinator, the man, the beast, the scourge of a nation. What the fuck? I mean, that's all I can say is just, what the fuck?
Did you see the statement where he said they actually hid those 15 boxes and brought them in before they brought them back out? Like, how did they do that? Under their raincoat, under their jackets?
I saw that on Stephen Colberg said that's why they were wearing all those cargo pants. And he had a photoshopped images of them walking in with all these boxes in their cargo pants.
And it's really like I guess he just didn't think, because they put Garland in there, and he wasn't exactly forthright, like coming forward strong in the beginning at all. Like he was a bit wishy-washy about stuff. So you don't think he's gonna dot all his I's and cross his T's and be ready for, like, I mean, he's been around for like 12 years watching this stuff. You don't think he's gonna be ready before they put ink to paper and go to court and do all this? I mean, they know the hot mess they're gonna get in about it. I'm sure legally that they have done it the best that they can to secure everything up, and this was the actual final piece. This isn't the start, like this is the end.
But
Like
it's
this
it's
is
the
beginning
amount
the
of
end.
stuff. It's the
Right.
amount of stuff that keeps coming out
Mhm.
that you just even can't keep up with it.
Mhm.
You know, it's like these 12 extra boxes that you shouldn't have taken away from the White House. Oh, they're all top secret. Oh shit.
Mhm.
Oh,
What-
they've got nuclear secrets in them. Oh shit. That's not
it's
good.
co-
It just keeps stacking up.
The funny-
Whatever you can possibly imagine him doing and him going low, it gets so much worse. I mean, look at Truth Social, right?
Mhm.
Let's translate the word truth into Russian. Pravda. That was the name of the newspaper of the Communist Party in Russia. And we all know on YouTube, when truth is in the name of a YouTube channel, it's a lie.
It was true. Well, there was a little bit of truth. Like, he did steal a line from Bannon in his current lawsuit that he's in because he didn't answer the subpoena to go to the hearings for January 6th. Shows up at the court and then says, "But I meant to go. We were in negotiations for all this time." Like, he just ignored like going. He just says it. So, but Trump used the same thing. He said, "I meant to bring all the documents back to the National Archives. Like, we were in negotiations. I was going to do it eventually." Like, the same thing. Well, you just disregard it. They're on their own time frame. They don't have to answer anything. Well,
Psst.
Charlie Welch is in the room.
I know. I'm stunned in the silence. I'm just
He snuck in like a little short ninja.
yeah.
Hello,
Hold on.
Charlie.
It is when
Yeah,
Charlie
hold on.
got
Let me
yours,
get the clothespin
the
on
room
my
stopped.
nose first.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. You let him in already.
I
Damn
know.
it.
I'm coming
Charlie
in
back
live
door
from
just
High
fall.
Inquisitor's basement, but everything's
Exactly.
fine.
Right.
Nobody needs to
Charlie.
send any help. He's got the
I
AC
tried.
on. He's feeding me. Everything's
Okay,
fine.
cool. Everything's cool.
Right.
All right.
Hang on.
Cool.
Shut up,
Welcome,
Charlie. Shut
welcome.
up. Amy, you got to finish your job.
Yes. Yes, we do. Well, we need to welcome Charlie Welch to the show. Charlie, how are you this evening?
Well, I just went over that, but I just wanted to add to this sort of weird conversation that guess what George Mudfossil came up with recently? Guess what the red spot on Jupiter is?
What is it?
You're never going to guess. It's a giant vagina.
Oh, God. I thought for sure you were going for the proctologist region, but
Nope, he even said he sees hair on it.
Ew.
God.
I know.
Well, the good news is he finally found a clit. Anyway,
Well,
all right,
Charlie-
I'm out.
That's brilliant.
Charlie, I guess the hair makes sense because it's been there a while.
You
Yeah.
definitely need to have that one for tomorrow night show, I think.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And
Oh,
we have a
Sorry
member.
about that, Amy.
That's okay. No, that's okay. You're perfectly fine. We have a member message from High Inquisitor. Charlie Welch, brought to you by Inquisinator. Thank you so much.
Okay, now I'm scared.
Yeah, be frightened.
Oh.
So thank you very much. So yes, I did see all that about Trump. That was very interesting. How many boxes was it, Claire? What, 15?
I think 15 they said was the original, but he seemed more upset that they drilled open his safe. So that was quite interesting. Yeah. And then in the last day or two, that's when all of the stuff about secrets and possible deals going on and things like that.
Ooh.
But the first thing that came out, which I thought was like, it kind of tells you the tale on where they're going to go with this. When the first thing that of course, the GOP is like a certain section of the GOP is going to be all behind them because they think this is
Of
such a
course.
violation to go against the president and blah, blah, blah. And the first thing they put out is if they can if they can subpoena the president, what can they do to you? And I'm like, it's
The
law
same
and order,
thing.
asshole. Like, of course
The
they
same thing.
can. Like, the same damn thing, and that's what I want. Like, you're not really exactly proving any point against what I believe here. Like, you're supposed to be the law and order party, not the law and order with exception 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and anybody who's on my side. You know,
Exactly. You know,
yeah,
everybody's supposed to be treated equally under
yeah.
the law. So
Mhm,
if I'm treated the same way as former President Trump, I
mhm,
would be very happy with that because then I know I'm being treated
mhm,
the way I'm supposed to be, which is
mhm,
equally under the law.
mhm. Yeah, true.
What's the problem here? You
Exactly.
know, but that
Yeah.
is what's going on in today's politics. That's just
Yeah,
exactly what they do. They
it
just
is. You know, and I kind of agree with them about a sitting president because of the worldview and negotiations and what we're all involved in at a time when we have the leader of your country. I can agree waiting until they're out of office. I kind of agree with that because of the balance of power throughout the world and, letting people into your dirty basement, to check out how bad your laundry is. I get that. Like when it's a sitting president, he's in office, you're going to have to maybe wait, build your case. I get that because it's just bad all the way around for the country. You got to put the country first. Well, he's out now.
exactly.
Like he's out now. He's fair game. Like he's an ex, and he's an ex who may have done some things, and you don't get to say I don't get to look at that just because, you know,
Yeah.
uh, you know,
Can,
we get
can
to
I
look at
can I do
everything.
it? Can I do an impression here? If anybody's ever seen the Fletch movies, you'll know where I'm going, but pretend you hear the sound of the slammer door go clink. And then this is Trump. Oh, well, how you doing over there? I'm wondering if the food's any good and stuff and whatnot. The guy turns around and says, take your pants off.
Oh my God. Unfortunately, that's a fear. I don't, I can't even see it happening. No, I really don't. They're going to do everything they
It
can to
better.
keep him out. Yeah. It should, it should, especially if some of the stuff that we don't know what's true yet. It's not a court of
I
law
have the
yet. We
best
haven't
defense
seen it.
team in the country, the best possibly ever.
He has the best of everything. That's why he keeps getting caught. That's why he keeps getting all these lawsuits and all these bankruptcies and everything because he's got the best of everything. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
we have
that was one of the funny. Sorry, yeah, Amy, take the super chat.
thank you. Thank you very much. We've got one from Level 70 for Canadian $6.99 says, anyone see the Roger Waters interview on Ukraine? I never wanted to smack someone in the face so badly. Oh, I
All
haven't
right.
seen that yet.
Yeah.
Probably better
Okay,
not.
let's get
Thank
onto
you
that
so
in a
much.
minute. We'll have to. I'll have to see if we can find that. Maybe that's another one for tomorrow night.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for that super chat, by the way. Thank you.
I
About
heard
that, but not the details. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard about it as well. And both left and right, liberal, conservative, it doesn't matter what news source covers it, it's not good.
What did he say? Does anybody have a?
I only saw the headline literally 10 minutes before I was setting up for the Ukraine update show, so I did not have a chance to get into it. But he's very much it seems to me like he's trying to make sure that he can get a date with Steven Seagal coming up for tea.
Oh,
I love Pink Floyd. I had no idea there was any radical things like that going on.
It's not the first time Rogers has been in the press for something he said.
Oh, he was just recently beaking off about how so-and-so, this band and that band are nothing, and I should go down as way bigger than them. Sorry, we heard all this before from Pete Townsend from The Who. DK, do you remember that interview where he gets all mad and he's like, I should go down in history as a rock god? And you're like, fuck, dude, you only know like 14 chords and one scale on the guitar. Settle down and relax. You're all right.
That is not a good look.
It's funny because we've seen similar things in the debunking community recently, but I won't name names.
Easy.
I was thinking the same thing.
Charlie, that's why you dropped that remark, you bitch. Everybody knows.
Oh, it is funny. Yeah. Arwin, obviously. But yes. Honestly, sometimes, musicians just shut up. I mean, Waters' songs are very, very politically orientated. I mean, you know, The Wall, obviously, you know, was
I
a
was just
fantastic
going
political
to say,
piece.
he pretty much wrote The Wall with help in the coloring and everything of his bandmates because they were there. But enough said. Sorry. It doesn't matter that he's an asshole now. He was cool then, so I can still listen to the music. I'm not playing that.
It's another case of when you can like the artist and you can like the art, but really the man needs to shut up. Like, thank you.
For some reason, I'm
Yeah.
better
Let's
at
separate.
forgetting how vile movie stars are than musicians.
Yeah. But it's like I like tangerines. It doesn't mean I have to like Trump.
True.
Yeah.
True.
No, but Charlie, to address what you said there, in music, especially people that love music, they hold the artist to a higher standard than actors because actors are being directed, they're reading lines, but music is supposed to be like poetry and artwork from the heart on display.
Yeah, because it's coming from the artist. Like what they're putting out is coming from actually inside them, except for externally, like an actor. Right? I think it's like more internal process. Yeah.
Well, I saw a clip today on a channel on TV. It was just like, you know, bringing up clips from the past, and it had Oasis on there saying the Oasis is the next Beatles. Well, the only people who were saying that were their press agents. No one else is saying that, and the only reason why they were sounding like the next Beatles was because they stole all their fucking music.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah, I think Liam said it himself too a couple of times.
Yeah, you just listen to this. You just listen to their stuff. You just go, well, that is just Beatles riffs. I don't know how they got away with it. I don't know how they didn't get sued. I mean, most
some Oasis songs, but God, they're such pricks. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. It's like you get so many modern bands today. All you got to do is use the same word as some other band go, and they go, all right, no, copyright strike. You're using the same word we used, you thief.
You used a guitar.
Don't use that note. We used that note.
Were you standing when you recorded that? How dare you?
We thought of that first.
No, I get it.
Crazy.
No, but they're a bit of contrarians, those two. Yeah, it was kind of their thing.
But Charlie's right though. It's just like when you get actors come along and just, you know, and they like spew their thoughts out. It's like, fuck's sake, you're dumb as rocks anyway. You know.
Yeah, I just really don't care. As long as I like him in the movies, I really don't care. Unless it's vile stuff, of course.
Sometimes some of them say some really poignant, genuine things, but not always. I'm trying to think of one recently, and I can't remember what it was. But you know, I don't care really. It doesn't really affect reality, does it? Yeah, it won't change things.
I think Dick nailed it because as musicians, you feel like you know them a lot closer, as you should. But like you said, these days you just put down baby, 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 and you got a hit song.
Yeah, there was a comment in the chat. Well, what about producers and engineers? Well, if done back in the 60s and 70s and into the early 80s, where a band had to work their way up the clubs and earn the right to be there, a producer just made sure that they were focusing their ideas properly, and the engineer just made sure of a great recording, right? But you only have to jump 10 years ahead to where a producer and engineer would go and find 3 people to fill in the blanks for them and fucking do the album they wanted, right? And that's so, yeah, I can see where somebody could call me on what I said, but I meant traditionally.
And then, like, back in the day, the 60s, 70s, producers were like an active part of the band, and they were known. Their name was known right along with the band, like Peter Grant for Led Zeppelin. He was an animal. Now you just push a couple buttons and you call yourself a producer, it seems like.
Yeah. There was a guy, guilty pleasure. I watch American Ninja Warrior, but I download it from torrent sites so I can skip through the bullshit and just get to the action because I hate all that crybaby bullshit that goes on in there. And there was a guy who was a music producer, and they showed him doing his thing in the studio, and all he was doing was recording and engineering. But a producer is the one in the background that schedules the studio time and this and that and all these other things and so on. And you're not a producer just because you booked some studio time and recorded some tracks.
You wear a headset and look concerned.
Oh, and
Yeah.
they give them the producer's channel strip, which does absolutely fuck all. But they get to to play with it, thinking they're changing the sound.
Yeah, and all they do is listen. But yeah, I mean, we could go on about the music thing, big, but an actor is way more influenced by the people around them than a musician. I mean, case in point would be somebody like Nicolas Cage, because he just is Nicolas Cage reciting lines. There's no, real acting there. He just simply seems to have a memory to record, but real actors, I mean,
He's
I'm a
on my
movie
face.
buff, and Tom Cruise, can't stand the guy, but I haven't seen him in anything I really didn't like.
That's a shame. Well, that just means he might be a decent actor, but they're both on my face slap list. I don't care. Like, as soon as they open their mouth outside of a film, they see, I'm done. The films are good, though. I agree, Charlie. Really good.
And then the movie stars these days seems like they have a God-given right to say whatever they want and make their political views known. It's like a responsibility now, and it's ridiculous.
Like all the time they have to allow now on the award shows so they can get all of that, propaganda out. Like, they spent like the last week looking at what's trending and what they need to weigh in on and cultivating that ahead of time.
I used to love the award shows when I was a kid. Now I can't even, not even for a minute.
No, me either.
Well, I find funny about actors. Don't get me started on actors. Actors, they will do whatever it takes to get a movie role or go on screen. They'll throw themselves in a pile of shit. They'll blow whoever. They'll take all their clothes off and do sex scenes. And then once they get established, you go, oh, but you're abusing the act. You're abusing us, and stop it. It was like, how the fuck do you think you got where you are today? It's like, shut up.
Yeah, you probably have a bit of an inside track on that.
No. Are you accusing me or something?
Yeah. In a very
everything
British way, without saying it.
Yeah, everything.
I tell you what,
for those,
if I could have blown the right people, I'd have been in a much bigger house right now, and I'm not. So it didn't work.
That you should have lost your teeth about 10 years earlier. You would have been on point, buddy.
Sorry, Dick.
For those that don't get it, sorry, DK, but for those that don't get it, DK actually holds an Emmy Award as a visual effects artist, and he is somebody who can literally just sit in his living room with his computer and make a damn fine living because he's all that in a bucket of chicken. So you're actually hearing it from somebody who knows.
Yeah, the rest of us are just a bunch of human traffic cones. Go around.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just don't know why I share my time with you, because quite honestly, you can't afford me.
We can't, but your need to interact with the egos that are around you is so inherent that you just can't pull yourself away, dude.
That's very true. That's very true.
No, it's because we're all friends, man, and we fucking love hanging out.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is.
Exactly.
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
It's
Sorry.
not my cuteness. It's just we're all friends. It's just not me. It's not my cuteness.
I'm gonna write that down so I can remember tomorrow. It's because we're friends.
Well, speaking of which, Amy, so we got a thing coming up where switching the Ukraine update show to Friday is stressing Amy's availability a bit much. So Fallacy Dave is going to be assuming her role on the show. So he'll be doing super chats and the questions. So he'll pretty much take the co-host role. And Amy and I were doing a gambling thing in the background. You're all welcome to participate, and we'll get the odds up as soon as we can. But what do you think will happen? Do you bet on A, Dave succeeds in sales, or B, he succumbs and fails because nobody could step to Amy's role?
Oh, no,
Sorry,
sure
Dave.
He'll do fine.
Amy?
He'll do that.
Amy who?
In the dark of night, when the wolves and
There you go.
trolls circle the flock of unsuspecting globe defenders, there is only one sheep to call. Amy the Destroyer.
My chibi. See how cute I am? I'm floofy.
You're so
No.
floofy.
Now you're gonna have to re-record that. You're gonna have to go. There's only one sheep to call. It's Fallacy Dave.
Yeah.
Meet me.
That's right. Oh, you can do that noise. Cool. I like
I don't know why. I don't know why I did the Roadrunner in there, but you know,
that.
just lost my fucking mind.
There we go. I know we all did.
Mm.
So it's okay. Yeah, no, I think he's going to do an excellent job. That's my vote. I think he's going to do excellent. I think he's going to handle it like the consummate professional he is, and I think he's going to do great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
No, he's born for that role on that show, isn't he? Right?
Yes, he is.
Absolutely. That's the reason why, like one of the big reasons he was brought into the group, because we start getting a more serious tone on some of the shows, and we can literally learn from him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's good. Randolph Richardson in the chat there is on fire when it comes to the community posts. So copy and paste his name over in YouTube and go and subscribe, because he is on fire right now with the hilarity in the community posts. Get over there and do it right now.
Excellent. Yes, definitely. He is amazing as well. He's a very wonderful content creator, very intelligent.
He's
always have a great.
one of the Amy, he's one of the only atheist content producers that can do so without it becoming a personal argument.
Exactly. And it's
Right?
brilliant. Yes, he
Well,
does a
I
brilliant job.
disagree with that.
Don't do that, you fucking Brit.
No, do it. It's PubChat. Do it. Go. I'll go sit there. I'll mute. I want to watch this. Okay.
Uh-oh.
I had to. I don't even know who you're talking about. I was. What are you talking about?
Randolph Richardson. He's actually got an in-person meet coming up on August 27th in Burnaby, British Columbia, Central Park. And there's an invite to it on his Discord. And we could probably dig up a Discord invite link or something. Randolph, you're really stretching my ability to be cool here. All right. Fuck, but I'll do it. All right. And I'm just kidding. And yeah, we'll get that shelled out, because if you're anywhere within a couple hours drive or public transit from, the Vancouver area, it should be on your list of things to do.
I'll be there for lunch.
I'm only like 4 hours away, 5 hours away as a drive, but with the parenting and whatnot that I do, that's just not a possibility quite yet. We're close. Wish I could though. So I bet DK's got a flash debate that he wants to pull on everybody and really fuck with their shit. And I just put him on the spot for that, so he's thinking real fast. Why don't we turn to DK?
Dick's turn.
Well,
Yeah. Put Dick on the debate.
Yeah,
Get
if
him.
you're gonna put me
Get
on
him,
the
Dick.
spot, mate.
Get him, DK.
Okay. All right, you bastards.
Him and Commander, they're the only ones here that haven't done it yet.
Welcome to the Shills Shitty Debate. Well, tonight we have a shitty debate. Now we all know drugs are bad. Okay, you know we've really got to end this war on drugs, and I think the best person to argue about drugs is Dick Dawson, because he knows a lot about them. Now, see, the thing is, a lot of people are addicted to chemicals, and we really have to try to, curb this addiction. And I found out recently that there's actually 8 billion people who are addicted to this chemical, and this has got to stop. It's got to stop. So, fighting. Well, who have we got here? Who should I choose? Commander, you're up for a debate. Commander, are you there? Nope, not there. Okay, so in that case, I'm gonna. Okay, Claire Bear, you win. Right. Okay. So here's the thing. You see, 8 billion people are addicted to this chemical, and it's got to stop. So, Dick Dawson, you've got to fight against, and Claire Bear, you've got to fight for.
Which chemical is this? Wait, I missed something here. While I was ducking and hiding, and you called me anyway.
The chemical everyone is addicted to is oxygen. You've got it, Claire Bear. So
wait. So I'm the pro or the con?
I forgot now. What did I say?
I know, Claire. It's okay. I'm the idiot here. He's made that very clear.
Yeah.
Well, so you're.
Not yet, Dick. I'm not done. Wait.
So fighting for the war on addiction to oxygen will be Claire Bear, and fighting against the war of addiction on oxygen will be Dick Dawson. So
wait,
Dick Dawson, please start your 1 minute of opening statements.
Okay, so I do believe that there is a place in our world for an addiction to oxygen, but it does not belong in the flat earth community. And I can prove this on multiple levels, and I will. Number one, they actually partake in chats on Facebook. Who the fuck wants that? If there was no oxygen, those sons of bitches would be dead. We wouldn't have to hear it. Same with fucking YouTube videos. If there was no oxygen, we wouldn't have to deal with that kind of shit, and it would be gone. Now, I do believe that oxygen addiction is good for the educated, but for the uneducated, we have to train them off of it and just see what happens. That's my opening statement.
Well, I knew you were going to go there, and I do agree. Lack of oxygen in that community would be a benefit, but then again, my only argument is, Dick, I'm going to have to go pro and say without them, we got no content. So, you take the good with the bad, and we're just going to have to feed on and just let the oxygen go to everybody freely. Because
wow.
There you go.
Is that it?
That's a good point.
Right?
You know what? That is debate 101. Take their
Dick nailed him. Get in there. Go on.
No,
a hard time. Fuck him up.
I just did debate 101. I took his own argument and used it against him. We need those flat earthers. What else are we going to laugh at? Come on. And laughter is the best medicine. My nan told me a good laugh and a good sleep fixes everything. So we need that oxygen. We need them breathing over there.
How
need assholes to breathe. We need the
how about
we
switch it out? How about we switch it out to an oxygen substitute?
Which would be
gin,
chlorine, trees, small rocks,
cyanide.
No, what's that?
Churches.
Charlie, what's that one that makes your voice all high? That's the one we should get.
Helium.
Speak like chickbooks. Helium. I vote for helium because if I have to listen to a flat earther, I want to listen to him as a high-speed chipmunk. There you go. I'm happy.
We have a point of contention for Randolph Richardson. But if we were to completely eliminate oxygen, we would be killing off the breatharians. So, maybe, yeah, what we have to do is address the problem, and we have to address the right people with the addiction, because some people, for that addiction, it's worldly. Now, when it comes to breatharians, do we not all agree that we should take it away from them just for, maybe 3-4 days just to see what happens? No?
All I know is with those breatharians, all I'm going to vote for is more hygiene. Brush your teeth often and gargle. That's what I'm going to go for. How you think?
I think breatharians could probably just swap to breathing burgers.
Breathing burgers? Did
Yeah,
I hear you right? Burgers?
Yeah.
Like in hamburgers?
Well, maybe
With
vegetarian ones.
I work at a burger joint, and I inhale all day the smell of charring meat. I'm a breatharian.
No, that frying fat thing, that's got to go.
McDonald's would be all over it. They'd be, come and get the new McNuggets.
This is not sexy. No, this is not. Yuck. I can't even argue. Yuck. It's a bad smell. It's a bad smell.
Okay, well, I think it's time for a finishing statement. Dick Dawson, could you like to round up with your finishing statement on the debate?
I will concede that Claire had a point, and
right, I was going to say,
I'll concede that Claire had a point, and what we should do is we should curb the addiction to oxygen of the conspiracist, not by completely withdrawing them wholeheartedly and therefore killing the race, but what we should do is we should wean them away from it using cryogenic sleep, and therefore we could wake them up when we need a new video because we're running out of content, but we can shut that shit right up with a twist of a dial and be done with it. That's my new position.
Okay. Well, okay, Dick. Well, as you advocate for big government and regulation of mouth breathers, I'm just going to say, when you actually say I made a good point, that means I win. Done. I'm done. I don't have to say anything else. I won.
I can't even remember who he's fighting for and against now. Claire, why didn't you bring in the subject of taxation?
Well, he was regulating them over there. I should have brought in taxation, but being an American and all that never goes well for me when I'm talking with you, does it, DK? Back at it this one. Here I am.
I'll say this. Claire had the leather strap held tight, and I ended up on my knees on that one. So I do believe that I got fucked.
Well, as long as we left you happy, Dick, you're smiling. That's it, because you should be. You should be.
Yeah,
it was a good one. No, but I learned that about debate. The first thing you do is turn. Because I don't debate at all. And that's why, because the first thing you do is turn their argument against them. I did that with the coffee debate that I had with Jay over at Hereticals. It was hysterical. I was actually supposed to be pro coffee for your health, and everybody thought I was going to lose, but I actually won that one hands down because he was using all of the research about diabetes and things like that when you already have the disease, and all I had to do was say, well, that's all about people that already have a problem, and there's more healthy people in the world, so coffee's good for you. Bingo. One. That was it.
As long as we don't have to listen to Aimee try to defend skimpy soccer uniforms.
No, that was good though, Charlie. You tried, even though you wanted. You tried. Well,
so
who won, DK?
All of you. Well, no, none of you won because you're all fucking useless. Look, you're missing.
Wait a minute. We did exactly what you asked.
You are missing a really important point that because people breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide, and carbon dioxide is the one thing that's bringing this planet down. So if we had taxation on breathing, in the same way as we got fucking hosepipe bans now around in this country, we can't like sprinkle our lawns. Well, not with a hosepipe attached to the water tap.
Hold on, whoa, DK.
You can still sprinkle the lawn, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But DK, when it pertains to the conspiracist community, that is the government just taking their own money back. What's the fucking point?
It's really true. It's not
You
like
know,
they're going to use it to save the planet or anything.
Yeah, you give them
put it on
welfare, you
something
give them the dole, and then you tax them and take the money back. What's the fucking point, right?
Yeah,
Fuck it. I think it's just worth a try.
no, that's right. Well, we could go against it and just say, like, well, they're not going to use the money for good anyway to save the planet. They're going to put it in something that's actually going to destroy it. They would probably put it into, more factories or, stripping the land.
Yeah, we can burn more coal.
Yeah, or going for coal. Yeah, so like, yeah. So like, why bother, DK? Like that's the point. Like, why bother?
Well, there we go. There was the end of. Welcome to the Shills Shitty Debate. And yes, that was a shitty debate.
It was.
I could smell it from downstairs.
Oh, dear. Well, hey, no complaining, Commander. It was supposed to be you. You're supposed to be up here doing that. You can't. It's just like, no, you're supposed to get up here.
Yeah. Commander's like snuck out of that one. I got one for you, Commander. I got one for you, Commander.
Takes the buy and then gets critical. Okay, here you go.
No, yeah, right. I'm gonna have to be on your side about that. Dude.
It was a joke.
No, I'm kidding. It was all of it, Commander.
I've got one for Commander and Charlie Welch coming up. Just watch out. Watch out.
How much is that doggy in the window?
Talking about flat Earth. I saw this. Hang on, I've got to get to the right set. Oh god, I hope it didn't screw things up. Right. I saw I saw this thing on Facebook, and I thought it was fantastic. It's proof that the Earth is a globe. Here we go. Check it out. Oh, let me get rid of that chat.
That is awesome.
It's like Grover on Sesame Street doing anatomy. Innie, outie, innie, outie.
It goes in, comes out the other side. Earth is flat.
Fantastic. There you go, Flat Earth. Oh, PJ, I wish you were here.
Some of them will run with it.
Just thought I'd bring it up. Right. Okay.
Wow.
Let's get rid
Are
of that
they
one.
even the same size?
Oh,
No.
you have to spoil it
I
with
think the
technical
crater is way
stuff.
bigger, I would think.
Yeah.
It's still awesome.
Oh, wow.
Well, come on.
PJC, where are you when we need a real explanation?
Yeah, we need a real idiot to jump in. Yeah. So talking to idiots, anybody catching up on anything on the idiot train recently? Charlie, I know you hang around the idiot train all the time. Every time I see some kind of debate, some kind of anything, you're in the chat.
Can I propose this?
Go on.
We could talk about a certain incident without actually mentioning people and just talk about it.
I think I probably know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. No, we can leave this to Charlie because he knows exactly where I'm going.
God. Well, some creators and older gentlemen and, bitter people just aren't cut out for this. Hell, I don't know if I am. How do you get cut out for YouTube? But when you're not. And God, I don't want to condemn anybody. This is so hard. Take it and run, Dick.
Well, Charlie, what I would say is anger begets anger, not fellowship and family, right? I mean,
yeah,
there's an issue going on right now in a couple of creators' corners where there's more than one.
Yeah.
People who are very upset about the fact that they don't get invited to like live streams and stuff all the time and whatnot. Complaining out loud in public is never the way to make it happen. What you want to do is make yourself a part of things. It's really not that difficult of a thought. Do you remember high school? And if high school was a bad thing for you, then maybe you should try different avenues. Claire, sorry.
No, it's funny because like you can't actually be screaming and yelling at people and think they're actually going to listen to you. Like you don't go out there and throw these big old hissy fits and then expect people are going to invite you on a channel for what? That? Like
Especially if
that's
something
what
as fickle as YouTube.
yeah, and you're putting that out there, and that's how you act, and you're asking people to trust you to come on and do decent content and be responsible and respectful. Like, what? Like, way to hang your ass out, dude. Like, that's all I have to say. Way to hang it out for everybody to point and laugh and say, well, there you go. That's why. When you want to say why, turn it around. That's why. Just look at what you're doing. Just look at what you're doing.
Yeah.
And same example, spend a lot of their time making fun of how much Arwen complains. And it's very ironic, don't you think? It's outrageous.
Hypocritical, actually. Yeah.
I'm-
crosses the line. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm scared to take that one because I think that's a bit of a pigeonhole on where we're going here. But it is absolutely not metaphorical or a simile in any way. It's damn near identical.
Mm.
Yeah.
It is kind of funny that people can't actually look at themselves, go and think, yeah, you know what? I just realised I'm a fucking cock. That's why
I
nobody
always had a
watches my videos.
suspicion.
No. Hey,
And the
I play
thing-
asshole to quite a few people, but that's why I surround myself with other people that don't, because then it's not the focal point, right?
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh my God, did you just call us all asshole buffers? Like what?
No, I called myself one actually compared to you all. Yeah. I threw you the bone on that one, Bear.
Yeah,
So
no.
yeah.
I said we're the buffers. We're the asshole
Yeah.
buffers.
Yeah,
Like,
there
we're the
you go.
bumpers.
Yeah.
Yeah, around. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 1970s car impact bumpers in the
Yeah, or-
malaise era of
Yeah.
American automobiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cruder would be calling us like a hemorrhoid ring, like a cushion. But anyway.
Oh, we had a chat from Real Cygnus in the chat. Tune is the best. Yeah, so obviously some people get what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Interesting. We should change that though, because it's so indirect that some people won't follow, right? So
and you're right, we're pigeonholing more and more and more.
oh yeah, it's so obvious to anybody that really knows what we're doing, and I'm sure we'll hear about it in the background, and we'll be total assholes. And
Yeah,
also,
Matthew Sokol in the chat says, "Oh, this is a local issue. Time to go. I'm already lost. Cheers, all."
yeah. See, right? It's time to do it.
Yeah, that's half the problem when you're trying to talk about something without actually naming names and discussing it openly. That makes
It's
it
impossible.
very difficult, and it all becomes code and
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
Well, yeah, but we can approach it as an issue. Well, the issue of you can't get out there stomping your feet and carrying on and complaining about what others have and what you don't, and then expect that people are going to want to,
No,
do anything
All the
about it.
charisma
Like,
of a
yeah,
piece of
like,
sand.
Yeah,
we had a
It's an
great
issue.
chat.
Yeah.
We had a great chat in the chat there. Benjamin Crom says, "How'd y'all learn about Operator Starsky?" Well, as a group, we met him when his channel was still building. I think he had about 80,000 subs or something. And we had him over as a guest, and we invited him to be a part of the channel, and now he is. So we do a stream every week. It was actually very natural. It fell into place so quick it wasn't funny.
I wasn't like, please come on. It was, he wanted to. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as we were done.
Lots of credit needs to go to M2M though.
Oh, big time. Yeah. M2M is the one that hooked up with him first. Yep, absolutely.
Facilitated it.
But yeah, it worked out, like we all like hanging out, and we try to make the stream more and more personal as we go, but we try to address the viewers and address the chat, and it's a really hard balance. We're trying our best to find it. Nobody's perfect.
I still don't know what kind of underwear he wears, whether it's boxers or thongs.
I
Whoop.
know from personal experience,
Shitty-
they're
shitty
silk.
I thought he went commando for sure.
Shitty debate. That's a shitty debate. Next.
Oh, wow.
Welcome to the Shills Shitty Debate. Claire Bear, you're on your own on this one.
Why? What have I done?
The Starsky wear, and it's not even a debate. It's just you and your own dirty thoughts.
My own dirty thoughts are that Operator Starsky can wear whatever the hell he wants, and I'm sure he'd be just fine with me. Yeah. You're not going to get me. You're not going to get me, DK, because I really. Yeah.
Welcome to the Shills Shitty Debate.
That was the sound of moisture right there.
She slipped out of her chair. So
you were supposed to catch me, Charlie. Damn it!
It's just all these talks of rockets and things, and missiles. It just gets all slippery. Somebody grab that bear, says Jinzu.
Jin, I missed you, Jin.
Oh dear.
This tonight's stream, the audio will be taken and put to appropriate images and placed on Claire's OnlyFans page coming up soon.
Oh my god, I don't have. Nice.
called the pause button.
You know, I keep hearing about these bears OnlyFans. Who the hell's making money off that? Because it ain't me. Like,
I'm not
that big.
honest.
Dick.
Honest.
Oh my! Here's a good one. Here's a good one. Would rockets look different if women run NASA?
They'd be bumpier.
They'd be more labial shaped, flat, like a predator.
Vania.
The big flying teat. Star boob 55745.
Captain Charlie Welch. This is Captain's log on the
Why
star
haven't we
boob.
left yet?
Because you run,
busy
you
feeling
run
it.
Storm Boner. Why not?
Because we always appear in pairs. We've only got the one.
I often wondered, why are nylons considered in pairs when they usually meet at the hip and they're actually just one item?
Or a pair of underwear, for that matter.
Yeah. You know,
or a
why
pair
are
of
they a
shoes.
pair?
There's only one of them, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's like a whole episode. The misuse of language. Like, oh my God, doesn't make any sense.
There's a lot of them, especially in North America, to be honest.
Madison Avenue, you have destroyed the English language. Politicians, you destroyed it even more.
Yeah. Repo Sandman in the chat says, in German, pants is singular. Well, that makes sense. Yeah.
But it's a pair of pants. It's still singular. You put on a pair of pants and it's one thing.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a few. Absolutely.
I'm just going to nip away for a minute, and I want to come back and see how you've destroyed or improved the show tonight when I come back. So,
oh dear God,
I can't stand the pressure. This is getting rough.
I work great under pressure.
Oh, good, Charlie, take it.
I have a poll for the chat. On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being small and 5 being large, if Vladimir Putin was out shopping for condoms for Donald Trump, what size would he purchase?
Bikini wax.
Kid snack size.
I think a minus is in order here.
Yeah, he's got teeny hands.
He does. You remember all that tiny hand stuff during that? Yeah, that was pretty good. Yep, tiny
Yeah,
hand.
he and Rubio were arguing about the size of their hands.
Mhm.
The value voters party in hands is a euphemism for the size of the junk.
Hmm.
Judging by the response in the chat, we can surmise that we are talking about something that is microscopic in comparison to the nectar tool the average hummingbird has.
Tweezer territory, you mean? Huh?
Yeah.
You mean we need a scanning electron microscope to be able to detect Trump's junk?
The kind of guy that uses a fucking magnifying glass and 2 Q-tips to jerk off.
Oh, esoterically, I just want to say why? Why do we even have to think about it? I don't want to. Like, I don't want to even think about it. It's like the farthest thing from my mind, actually.
It should be.
It should be,
Just
right?
think about it. In about a year, he'll have choked to death on a prison cheeseburger.
If that man goes to jail within 24 hours, he'll be choking to death on something, and I'm sure Bubba gave it a name.
Ow.
Jesus.
That's my faith in the system. I don't see him going to jail at all.
I don't either, Charlie. There's no way that's gonna happen. What? Oh, yeah.
Well, DK will be proud of us now, I'm sure.
Wish we knew exactly when he was coming back so we could just all be really quiet. But he's probably
Right now,
listening.
Shh. Everybody just mute. No, that's terrible. Don't do that.
Well, this time, another shitty debate.
That was really good, Charlie. It was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he was here. Do some more. Very good.
Do some more.
Yeah. That's it.
Hello there, I am Yoda, and I'm going to talk about shit and debates and shitty debates.
Okay.
DK. Where have you gone?
Can you hear me?
No.
Oh, unfortunately, yes. Go ahead.
Try again, DK. I didn't hear you. No.
I don't know what my screen's just gone off. I think my screen's dying and it's just gone off, and I can't. I think I unmuted myself just before it went off, and now I can't do anything. Right, give me a second.
That's
Give
weird.
me a second. Right.
See what happens when you have a MacBook without a reliable supply of hand cream?
Oh.
Right, I've got you back now. So I can mute myself. Hey.
Mm.
Yeah, what have you done? What have you done?
Nothing.
What have you done to my show? I walked away for like a couple of minutes.
We did absolutely nothing the whole time you were gone.
We just waited.
We waited for
We
you.
talked about Trump and his microscopic junk, and then we started mimicking you.
Tell the truth,
Commander, I heard that bit.
There's always one in the crowd. Gotta
It's
throw
time
under the bus.
for another
Okay.
shitty debate.
We did not.
I heard that. I heard that, Commander, and so you're up for some trouble.
Ooh. Mm.
DKG Custom, we improved the stream. Built a desk across the width of the hallway for extra shelf space. What's that even fucking mean? Right. Okay.
All right, Kyle. That was good, actually.
All right. You asked for it. Commander, you're up. Welcome to the Shills Shitty Debate. Now, earlier tonight, Commander 401 made a proclamation that Ghostbusters 2 is better than Ghostbusters 1. Charlie Welch, you are fighting for Ghostbusters 1.
Oh yeah.
Commander is fighting for Ghostbusters 2. So,
Wow.
Charlie Welch, you're up first.
Commander's up against it on this one because, man, I can't even hardly remember Ghostbusters 2, and that says a lot because I can almost act out Ghostbusters 1. Come on, it's Ghostbusters 1. It laid it all down. Perfect mythology, everything. It just had everything. I seriously don't remember Ghostbusters 2. I don't think I need to say anything else. I really don't. I'm interested in Commander's
Fry.
defense.
Well, okay, we'll come back to you for a rebuttal. Commander 401, you're up. Ghostbusters 2 is better than Ghostbusters 1.
I just didn't like Ghostbusters 1 as much as Ghostbusters 2. Primarily because they painted the Ghostbusters originally as starting out to be a bunch. Well, they weren't shysters. I mean, but you had that scene in the museum that started it. Not museum, in the library that started it out.
Yeah,
Um,
Peter Venkman was definitely a shyster.
for me, Ghostbusters 2 is actually the first Ghostbusters movie I saw. So, like I said, movies, unless the movie is real shitty, it's subjective, and I got to know the flushed out characters before I saw them become relatively who they were. And again, I'm trying to remember the one Bill Murray played. He was
Peter Venkman.
the performance that he gave, I actually found the most comical out of all of them. And a Ghostbusters movie, it's intended to be a comedy, not necessarily something real serious. And that the Ghostbusters 2, the first Ghostbusters movie that I ever saw, was also the first semi-adult movie of that type where I got, it's a comedy. When you see something the first time, you tend, and you like it, it's just that for me, I loved it when Bankman said, "Oh," to Vigo, "Oh, he's got some Carpathian kitten loss. He lost his kitten. Let me paint a kitten." I liked the mood slime. I thought that was a neat idea. I liked the Statue of Liberty just smashing through the dome and everything. I liked the way the mayor of New York said, "It's everyone. You're telling me everyone's got to be nice? It's every New Yorker's God-given right to basically be shit to everyone." I'm paraphrasing. I liked the way they referenced the pneumatic transit system, which was something that I actually didn't know about. And I looked it up because this was the mid 90s when I first got, like 1994, 95, when I first saw it. It was just that this was the first Ghostbusters movie that I knew. And everything's subjective.
That's fair, but I'm just not going to go watch Rocky 2 if I've never watched a Rocky movie. But I think you won because that was a pretty strong case, and verbose at that. And all I had was because it was better.
Well, isn't that pretty much like a flat earth debate? Because
Shit on
I'm right
Churchill
and you're
the
wrong.
way. I love Sigourney Weaver's like descent into madness in the first one. I thought that was the best part of it.
I'm trying to remember what was the deity that looked like some kind of, I'm trying to remember, Lady Gaga outfit.
Zool.
Zool, with the two gargoyles, and you had the guy who played Darth Helmet as he and she were possessed. I did think
Rick
that was
Moranis,
funny.
yeah. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man was also pretty awesome for me when I was a kid.
Fucking right. Absolutely.
Welcome to the Shills Shitty Debate.
Shitty debate.
Well, I'm calling an end to that. So
Mhm.
that didn't get very far. Right. So what next, everybody? What do you want to do now?
I have an idea.
Go on.
In your history of watching the shows that cover, stupidity, flat earth, yada yada, and so on, what is that one memorable moment that makes you go, holy fuck, that was one of the funniest things I ever seen in my life, and probably is somewhat responsible for drawing you into things? I think we could probably rely on Charlie for a decent answer at that at first and let everybody else have a minute. Charlie, what do you think?
Well, I don't remember exactly who was the subject matter, but I do remember my first foray into all of it was definitely MC Tune / FTFE. So I was a baptism by fire. I can't remember the very first ones I saw, but I definitely have vivid memories of Pastor Pratt, and he hasn't changed a lick. That was 3 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
And some Arwen, of course. I was blown away by Arwen, completely blown away by that little creature.
Like a total golem, right?
Yeah. And the first time I saw him, he was in his little room the way it is now, years ago, and he was candlelit, and he was wearing like a straight up, no other way to explain it other than a Neo jacket, like from the Matrix.
Wow.
Like all the way to the ground, collar flipped up, and he was yelling at somebody on his computer and standing up, and you could see his attire and crossbow and stuff. And I was like, wow.
Imagine how many ramen noodles he had to give up to save up to buy that.
I was just going to say he probably sold that thing for 2 weeks worth of craft dinner.
Yeah, every now and again somebody will ask him, "Hey, where's that P900 that Ranty gave you?" And oh, I still have it. I just don't use it. Yeah, right. He sold that fucking thing.
Exactly. Sad, man.
What about you,
really
Dick? I think
sad.
you go farther back with me.
Charlie, before you ask that question, just to let you know that PJ's turned up in the chat just to join you.
Good.
So go on, ask your question. Ask your question to Dick. Dick, where did you come? Where did you?
Same question. Yeah.
This was a ring of fire for me, so to speak, or whatever you might say. I've been doing tech support on computers for years, right? And I used to always Google, tear down, so on and so forth. And I'd get some page and, they would give me some text and a few pictures and I'd be, yep, perfect, right? But the market switched to those things being way more popular on YouTube. So as much as I resisted YouTube over my years because I don't want to see what your cat's doing, I don't care. Those kind of things, right?
Yeah. I
ended up on YouTube. And in order to comment on a few of the ones I watched, like, hey, thanks for really explaining that part. That was really great, blah, blah, blah. I ended up with an account. So one day in my recommended feed, I saw a video by Team Skeptic when back when Team Skeptic had about 4,000 subs or whatever, and he was having a DMCA takedown fight with Daniel Pastor Pratt.
Oh yeah.
And that's when I came into things, and it was a very eye-opening experience. I don't know why YouTube shoved that into my face, but kind of worked out. But that was my introduction to things. Flat earthers using the Digital Millennial Copyright Act to silence people doing commentary on their videos. And I was like, wow, you fucking, wow.
I figured you went farther back than that. I guess I went farther back than that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was my start. That was my start.
I have a question. I'm a little new to that. Can they still do that now that like the Misinformation Act is out there? They can't use DCMA now, right? Because it's like
You
for the greater
can.
good. Yeah, even though
You
they're
can
like
still. The way that the YouTube mechanism works, Claire, is if I want to say they have used my content illegally, I can file a claim on them right then and there through YouTube.
I
But
know, but it's not illegal if you're using it to educate the public about
yeah, but
mistruths
hold
and
on.
falsehoods, you know.
But hold on. Let me finish, and you'll
Sorry.
understand why people still do it. So my claim against them means fuck all other than back down or else. But that person has to put their real name and address and stuff in the rebuttal to me. And then when they do the rebuttal, I have 30 days to show YouTube that I have court papers to say I have filed or it's dropped. But they still get my real name and everything, hence all the doxing bullshit that goes on. That's how it works.
Okay.
Right? I have no choice. Like every time History Channel or Discovery goes at the shills because we debunk ancient aliens or something stupid, I have to put my complete real name, address, and fucking the whole 9 yards into it before they will finally back down. And they wait that full fucking time frame they have every time because they know by the time they release the claim on the video, even though we'll get a little bit of revenue from the ads, it's the first 7 days or whatever are done. And that's the prime time when YouTube promotes your stuff and it's over. So it fucks your video up.
But yeah, what Claire's talking about is crazy. Like with Irish Demon, when Dan Pratt told him to take a dirt nap, and then that video stays
That's
up.
different. No, that's different.
See,
that's different. I can tell you exactly why Irish Demon got in trouble, not Pratt. I can explain it, no problem.
Oh,
and
I know.
It comes
he sent
down
people over there. Yeah.
Yeah. Demon did it so that people went from Demon's YouTube live right to Pratt's channel, found the video, and fucking hit the button. And YouTube was able to follow the breadcrumbs. Even though Irish Demon was right, YouTube said, nope, you gang fucked him, buddy. Fuck that. No way.
Oh, yeah.
That's what happened. Right. And you never send people from your YouTube channel live chat to another channel to fuck with them. You send that link privately in your Discord because then it can't be traced back to you and you can still get it done.
Yeah,
that's how you do it.
Careful about that these days. He'll tell people 10 people during the stream to not even think about doing that.
That's right.
Because there's the fair competition. You know, that's all in the terms of service about fair competition and not being able to do that. You know, larger channels, smaller channels, whatever. But that's why I thought it was so bizarre, because if you're clearing up misinformation, YouTube's supposed to be on your side. Like they have actually put out terms of service about people putting crap out here to try to mislead people on purpose. You know, all based on bigger issues that don't really have anything to do with this community in general. But those terms of services can be used there against them, because if I was debunking and actually proving facts against them and they tried to do that to me because I used their video, I would use that education clause right there, and it's the greater good, and I'd get that ad money back. I would.
And you do, because it sits in escrow, but while it's being contested, YouTube does not promote it, just in case.
I know they don't promote it, and it is a big pain in the ass, but I would make it difficult for them, you know. And then I would really loudly proclaim how I won about proving misinformation, because that would be a twofer, right? Like
we do that every time here with
that would be the icing.
But Claire, we do that every time here with Discovery and whatnot, and it doesn't matter because they are big business. They're a network, and YouTube, bows down to them and says, "I'll give you the benefit of the doubt until I can no longer do so by law."
Yeah, there should also be a way to register your nomenclature with YouTube so that you don't have to give your real name every time. As long as YouTube knows what your real name is, they don't need to, the person coming at you, as long as it's registered the right way with YouTube. Because I don't.
Well,
I win every single one of my DCMAs for other, like not on this scale, but since I've been out here, and I've never had to put my real name there because they know, YouTube themselves know who it is.
Yeah, but you can get away without the real name thing only if you have a corporation or a business behind it. If the other party actually decides to file in court and you haven't put your real name in, you can be in trouble.
That's the point I'm making. They have to actually file on you to get your real name.
That's right.
In that first process to get yourself released before they have to prove they're actually going to file on you, you don't have to give any of that stuff. None of it. Yeah. You just get to state your claim. Why they're wrong. Usually gets released.
I think Mitchell just doxed Mr. S with all this bullshit going on.
Well, I was actually talking to Mr. S, and he might be joining us tomorrow for a Shills show to talk about this because the Mr. S set this up on purpose. The way the donation was done, and it was all blurred out and whatnot afterwards and so on, was done on purpose so that Mitchell would catch on to something and run with it, and Mr. Sensible could absolutely have ammunition after.
Right? Pretty well done.
Very well.
Oh
done.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing.
I wouldn't mess with him. It's small.
It's sad though. I mean, seriously, why play these games? Why do you have to engage in this backdoor bullshit when it's supposed to be about the argument, the discussion, right?
So it's kind of a funny thing. Going back to the original question, which was, how did you get into it? And I predate all the names. You just name any character in the Flat Earth community that you can think of, or the debunking community, and I predate all of those. So I'm not really sure how I got into it, to be honest with you. And it's kind of strange because I've seen all the names, all the channels that you've mentioned, like Toon, FTFE, Team Skeptic. I've seen all these channels rise and some fall, obviously, But I just don't know. I can't think how I got into it because when I was doing my videos, it wasn't so shitty. It was just kind of like they made a claim, or the Earth is flat because of X, Y, Z. So you put a video out explaining how that's wrong, and you just basically just like did it like that. Like my video that shows how 360 cameras that on high altitude balloons prove the Earth is a globe. It's very straightforward, but it just but now Flat Earth has just become like a I don't know, like a school playground fighting match. It's
a basketball.
No interest.
It's a basketball that you dribble back and forth and pass around, but it's all the same bullshit.
Yeah, but there seems to be no interest in the science, no interest in the facts. It's just who can shout down the other person louder than the other person.
Yeah, that's a shame. No facts,
and that gets boring. Yeah.
I mean, Flat Earth was interesting back then because at least you had like some kind of scientific point that could be made, or discuss with or argue about. But now it's just like it's just stupid, like
now all you get is Nathan Thompson in a duck suit and Nathan Oakley screaming at people while he slaps his children. What the fuck?
Nathan, I'll take your R value. I'm gonna rape you with it. I'm gonna rape you with my R value. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah. What a piece of trash, right?
Right after he says no cursing on my show.
Oh yeah, always. It's just a fucking cunt. Really is. I mean, they're all, to be honest with you, the ones that are left are all cunts. The good Flat Earth, most of the good Flat Earthers have, unfortunately died because
or were taken away by their girlfriends. Case in point would be that guy. At least he got up on the whiteboard and tried to explain his bullshit. You remember that guy? Oh, you're terrible.
That guy?
I think I do. Simon Dan does a lot of stuff about him.
Yeah, the guy that draws titties on his whiteboard, and
Oh yeah.
I like.
Oh, if it's recent, it's not the same guy. This guy was like 2 years ago. He's been gone for a while. Yeah. But he tried to explain things like magnetism pointing north, and he had his whiteboard out, and he really made an effort. It wasn't like Daniel Pratt just, calling people doofuses because they believe the fucking lies they've been told. Like, I'm so sick of hearing that. Fuck off,
The government satanic. Hey, where's my government check?
Mm-hmm.
I wish.
Well, that's the funny thing. When is the last time you ever heard the government talking about the Earth is a globe and it's not flat? Honestly, it's not flat. Don't listen to those people. It's a globe. When has the government ever done that?
Yeah, and to make sure we reinforce it, we'll spend 40% of our fucking gross national product to make sure we can fool you. What?
When Trump was running in 2016, he said something that got all the flat earthers excited because they thought he was secretly on their side.
Go ahead, PJC. Confirm it.
They can have him. That makes perfect sense to me. Actually.
Well, let's
What
face it.
DK said.
Trump was just like rounding up as many idiots he can to vote for him. So
Yeah, there you go.
Like
he knew what he was doing.
Only the
You mean
disgusting ones
Russian
are
military?
Yeah.
Ouch. But true.
I wound up finding all this stuff because I was doing some research for school, and then it unrelated, some research on some chemistry, and then unrelated came cold hard logic and the world of batshit. And I actually found that very, very funny. And then the spirit science videos that Cold Hard Logic produced, I couldn't stop laughing. I almost suffocated towards the end where he was talking about the astral asshole. And that's how I found it.
What, the astral asshole?
No, all the conspiracy and the debunking community and all of that. That's how I found it. One, like random thumbnail of Cold Hard Logic. And then Mortimer81 started showing up in my feed because I had watched the debunking of the spirit science. And then from there, Sir Sick. And it was Jet Monk who, when the EIE network started, when the Shills channel started, it was one of his first videos where he mentioned it. I came over here. And I've had Commander Chubbs and some other names. In fact, in late 2017, I had the first attempted video, or was it 18? It was either late one of those years where the first video I was going to produce debunking something was with allegedly Dave, and he was at the Natural History Museum in, or that big museum in London, and he was, in fact, it was around the time when Mr. Sensible had only a few hundred subs. It was around the first time I thought of producing a video. A friend of mine suggested that I not do it, but that avatar was a penguin. And I wound up with a penguin anyway, even though I had the robot and a few other things in between.
One of the funny things is in the chat, where is it gone? Oh, yeah, Carl Wilson said, further to DKG's point, I'd be really quite interested in seeing what FE was like before it was all I know you are, but what am I? Ism. It's quite interesting because if you actually go back to some of my old videos, which nobody does anyway, but if you did actually go to them, it's quite funny just to look at the chat, because I engaged in a lot of conversation. Even Daniel Pratt was around back then, but
Like actual discourse.
there was Discord with people like Subarats, Pratt. Trying to think of a few of the other names that are around, but the problem is because they end up losing their fucking channels because of the shit they put out. All the chat it's just me. There's no conversation left anymore.
Yeah.
It's just all my comments responding to them, and there's a lot of that. I had what's his name, Anthony Riley, Sleeping Warrior, on my videos, but all that chat's gone because he lost his channel. So it's kind of like dead. It's weird.
And now it's just a contest. How disgusting can we be? How many people can we piss off to keep people coming?
Yeah. How many people can we threaten to kill? How many people we can call perverts or pedophiles or whatever? Because that, obviously that determines the shape of the earth.
But you can see where this is coming from, DK. This is like a cry from help from them to their readers or viewers, whatever, to say, look, I need more support, so I have to go more extreme, because their prepubescent brains can't understand that, a little bit more coherence in the communication, the observation, the way they present themselves might actually give more credence to it. You can't just, call somebody a fucking asshole, without somebody, at least backing you up on it and saying why.
PJC, they're not all extreme. I don't know about that.
Yeah. I tell you, one person I'm going to tip my hat to is Jeranism. He's the one cunt out there. He's an absolute lying, thieving piece of shit. But what he's done with his channel, he's managed to get people to switch on to his little, not big. What do you call it? Not Bitcoin, but the whole scheme. The cryptocurrency. So he's getting people switched on to cryptocurrency that he's involved with and he's making money from. So yeah, he's managed to turn it around in a way where he's hooking people in. He's got David Weiss on his show and some of the fucking idiots, and they talk shit and crap, absolute crap, just bullshit crap, and they block anyone who can argue against them. He doesn't do debates anymore because obviously he just looks like a fool if he does debates. So he's just like,
against Red's rhetoric. That was hilarious.
Yeah, he's just closed. He's just closed it all up, and so now he's got loads of people watching him, and he talks shit, and they all love him, and you can't prove him wrong. Simple as that. Because he'll just block you and delete you. And he's making a fortune. He's making a fortune from it.
Yep, which is just shows you how desperate they are to make this crap real when it's not. Because interesting. That's all I got to say to Jeranism. Interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
Like Bob Nodell spent $20,000 of Flurf money, which is like $1 million, on a fucking gyro. Gyro does what it's made to do, and people didn't care. Keep sending him money.
He basically spent 40,000 ramen noodles.
And like Oakley 2 weeks ago, 100 people watching, 7,000 likes, people pointing it out in the comments, and nobody cares. It is just a disgusting contest anymore. And they're all winning.
Unfortunately, it just proves the point that, there are so many dumb fucking people out there. And no matter what we do as debunkers, you can't win against that. Just like just like Dick had with the conversation with the woman at the shop. Doesn't understand what's going on with the war in Ukraine. How can you can't fight against that?
No, but I'm glad you brought that up, DK, because there is an important point to make there. I have a link. I'll share it in the Shills Discord. And it's a few PhDs and professors and whatnot. It was done in like 2018 when Flat Earth was having another high point, and in search results, that is. And they looked into it, deep dive. And it's a fascinating read. It's not so many paragraphs that a millennial will get bored and turn away. It's not that long. You'll be okay. And but I will share it because it's a fantastic read. It comes down to the fact that flat earthers come from other conspiracy communities. And when you dive further than that, it comes from a deep-rooted distrust in people who have an educational superiority to yourself and get to be influential on decisions and stuff. And they scare you. And I'm sorry they do. That sucks. But, they're usually right because that's kind of how it works. Claire.
Yeah, along that line, Dick, that's totally it. I was like coming here and then trying to understand this community in general, or that is something that I was looking into. And it's actually, the irony is that the flat earth community exists because of their distrust in misinformation from prior periods. And yet their whole thing is putting out misinformation. And it goes, it all comes down to that they have been turned against the actual general information that's out there based on discovering a lie here and there, coming into situations where distrust was becoming distrustful about the amount of information that was coming out from social media or the media in general. And then they become the biggest part of the problem instead of trying to correct it by putting
the funny thing is, exactly, they should be the greatest source of all information because they've done the research, they've looked into it. No, it's gone the wrong way. You fucked up, flat earthers.
It's almost as if, well, gosh, they got me, and that means, like, in order for me to feel okay with the fact that I got to go and get, like, I got to just convince everybody, like, I got to be part of that cosmic now. I got to be part of it to actually deal with it. But it's fascinating because, they say they're against misinformation. They say they're against being lied to and all of this. And yet what they do is it's actually damaging. Point in case Alex Jones.
You mean they can't admit to being wrong?
Yeah, wrong. That's why I was hoping, not to turn it from flat earth, but in a way it's kind of related because Alex Jones is a case that we can actually look at now and say there's consequence. Yes, you can say whatever you want. You can put out misinformation. You can be that person and do it all, but there is consequence because freedom of speech actually isn't freedom without consequence. So, like, I'm kind of happy in a way to see the Alex Jones playing out so publicly because maybe more people will see that you don't get to take it back when you cause that kind of damage with your rhetoric and your real misinformation. And that's what these people are doing.
Now, Commander, you got your hand up, but I've really got to get on this one because I jokingly said in the Shills chat about the fact that Alex Jones is getting sued because he was lying, and now is there a potential for a class action suit against flat earthers and all the shit that they've said? Is there a possibility there where Jeranism and some of these big channels out there who have been spouting bullshit, David Weiss, is there a potential? You got to prove there's some kind of damage.
Right. That's the point. You have to prove the damages. You have to prove that children are growing up believing that because they're exposed to it and that actually something terrible happened because of it. If you could do that, and you really don't want anything terrible to happen, but until you can prove that, you can prove the actual damages. There's really not here in America. Yeah.
I suppose you could prove financial damages if you've given money to them because of their lies. I suppose there's a potential there for people to take them to court. But anyway, Commander, By the way, Gary, hello. Gary,
Hi, Gary.
Yeah,
Hi,
hello,
Gary.
Gary. Shut up. But yeah,
Hi,
shut
Gary.
up, Gary. But yeah, Commander's talking.
Hello, yeah, I'm here.
Um,
Sorry, yeah.
We'll come to you in a minute.
There's a video that I dropped in the vault by Vlad Vexer or Vexer. He was actually talking about how Russian propaganda takes and questions all established authorities. And I'm going to go look for it and leave it in the green room either tonight or during the show or after it. But it's really interesting and would be good for an uncalled for if we decide that we're going to do an uncalled for, where we talk about the conspiratorial mindset. Because I'm trying to paraphrase what Vlad Vexer said. He said that Russian propaganda starts off with the idea, number one, that people believe there's an absolute truth, and number two, that they question whether or not what they've told has been true really is true. And then they drag you into an alternative fantasy world. I'm paraphrasing the entire video.
PJC calls it a free speech thing.
What's the free speech thing? What,
All
bullshit?
of this. Yeah, all of this, because, like, God, protect absolutely anything.
Well, like chim chimnery, chim chimnery, chim chim chiroo. That's free speech. It means fucking nothing.
Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't.
I doubt it does. Gary, you're here. Come on. What do you want?
Not much.
Okay, you came in at the last minute.
I did, yeah. I've been playing radio tonight. So it's all been good. But I thought I'd drop in for the
Video killed the radio star.
I'm a radio star. But, so that's what I've been up to. But I thought, yeah, I'll drop in and say hello. I've not been around much lately because
So you probably can't do it in the storms, can you? You'll knock
hey,
buttons over with
now,
your boner.
Charlie, get this. We've got big storms forecast for Monday. Get in.
I'm not getting in. You get a boner when it storms.
Oh Lord.
I think both me and Gary are going to be standing out there stark naked, turning our little bollocks that have turned into raisins back into grapes again.
into the oncoming rain, eh?
Yeah,
it's been so fucking hot.
Down.
Yeah, it's been so hot.
Oh dear. Right, well, enough of that bullshit. Yeah, I think it's just around about time for to say goodnight to everybody and do the round table. Who's left? Is anybody still here? Who's going to do the round table?
I think Amy's predisposed, possibly. Though.
Amy is busy, unfortunately. Dick Dawson, you never do round tables. Let's get you to do the round table.
All right, I can do this. I actually know how it's done. I set the rules, and we'll look to Charlie.
Well, you fucked up straight away. You fucked up.
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. Carry on. Carry on.
No, I haven't. Everybody's alphabetical list is different depending on their own meats, and I'm doing mine my way. So honk on Bobo before Bobo honks on you.
Well, let's get to honking. Since you said my name, I think I've had it. There's a nice stimulating talk and a lot of good fun had again. Another pub chat. So that's about all I had to say about that.
Okay, and we'll let the bear loose with something that actually matters to people. Maybe not. Who knows?
I have nothing. It doesn't matter, people. Just give up. This did it for me. Like, I'm done. No, I'm kidding. No, it was interesting. It really was. I had a good time. Thank you, DK. Thank you, everyone.
We'll pull Commander 401 from the digital realm of 3D into the reality that we call holy fuck, that idiot said what? And say, hey, Commander, what'd you think tonight?
Tonight was great. You know, had some laughs, had some shitty debates. But what's more important?
Welcome
we had
to the
fun.
Shills Shitty Debate.
What's
I would
important?
argue that point with you, Commander, whether we had a good time or not. But yeah, just carry on.
Well, we had fun, so that is important.
I agree there. Absolutely. And then to call out somebody who graces us with their presence right as we're ready to go. Gary Isla White, did you even fucking bother to watch? And how's it going? We're ending here now. So say your piece and shut up.
Shut up. Yeah. No, I didn't watch tonight. Because as I say, the bands have been well open. I've been fucking around on the radio, working countries all over the bastard world. So that's what I've been doing tonight. But I thought I'd drop in tonight as you're closing, for Christ's sake. Good timing, eh?
Yeah. And, right now, as I lubricate myself up to slip into a little Shills community chat in the Discord, I did want to turn it over to our lovely host, DKG Custom, to tell us why in fuck did you lead us through what we just did.
Why?
I don't know. It's my job. It's what I do. Sorry about that.
Well, they don't have Emmys for YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, I think they do, but I haven't got one of those yet. And I probably never will. Sorry. But Gary. For fuck's sake, it's like I don't know. It's like it's like we've got the
Oh no, keep talking. I'm singing behind you. I'm filling in the gaps here.
It's like we've got the what do you call it? The royal. The royal, what do you call it? The royal show, or what is it when the Queen has the show on the
seal of approval?
No. When
she got to knight him. Is Gary going to get knighted?
No.
I know what to call it. It's why the fuck did you bend over and tie your shoe right there, my lady?
Oh, there you go. Dick is always with the.
No, it's like we're singing the national anthem. We're all standing up. We go, God save our gracious Queen, and the last minute, Gary comes in and goes, I'm here. So, for fuck's sake, Gary.
We're going to have to give him quote name. It's going to be Gary the Closer.
Gary the Closer.
Gary the Closer with that voice.
Well, that is
that voice.
Yeah.
No, DK's the enforcer. He's the guy over there with the button.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Player the naked.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Charlie. But I don't.
Thank you, Astro Rex. Look at that, Astro Rex. Gary is just a mascot at the moment, a mangy, flea-ridden mascot.
Oh,
that's nice.
Rough.
So there we go. There we go.
I love you too.
Have we done everyone, Dick? Have we done the full round table?
Yeah.
All stroking has been done. Take it away, DK.
Is it time to say goodnight to everybody? PJC's asking for an after show. PJ, you should have been here for the fucking show. Never mind the after show.
Well, we're heading over to the Discord to hang in the voice chat. So anybody that wants to do it, if you don't know where the Discord is and you don't have the link, I mean, Streamlabs has been posting it in the live chat for like 4 hours now. So catch on. But DK, sorry, take us away, fellow baby.
Well, PJ, maybe we'll just bring you on for the next pub chat and ream you another fucking arsehole. But until that time, let's say goodnight, everybody, and we'll go hit the credits and bastards and fuck you all.
Celebrate good times. Come on.
But thank you for everybody for turning up. Thank you all. Bye.
Elvis has left the building.
It's over. Go home.